Right, then I am moving on to reviews. So this question comes from Tabiso Liu. What's the difference between novel review and poetry review? Again, I would like a little bit more information, but let me see what I can do. A review is a particular kind of text. It falls into paper 3 and into transactional writing. You can get a review in a newspaper or magazine. That's not what's important. What is important is what is the purpose and how do you write it. So the genre is the review, and you can have a review of a book, a play, a film, music, CD, concert, restaurant. All of these are the kinds of reviews that have come up in past papers. When you get a book review, they usually say a novel that you have read. When you say what's the difference between, as you did here, a novel review and a poetry review, I don't think I've ever seen a question asking learners to review an anthology of poetry. Is that what you're talking about? Or are you talking about looking and analyzing a poem? I'm not sure what you mean. But usually, as I say, they give you a novel that you've read. I suppose they could give you a biography. I suppose that's possible. A biography, a book about somebody's life. They very seldom give a play review, I think because they think that very few students writing matric will have seen a play. Film reviews they give, music of various kinds, music videos, concerts, whatever they give, and restaurant reviews they give. Who is the audience? The audience is like an advert, the target audience. So if you are somebody who enjoys a kind of James Bond type movie, then you are the audience for that review. Yes, you might be somebody who likes romance and who's faintly interested in seeing this other movie, maybe because it's got an actor in it that you want, but you are not necessarily the audience. So please, when you review something, don't say, oh, but I hate opera, so I thought this was really awful. You wouldn't be asked to review opera if you weren't an expert. So just bear this in mind. You have to be an expert in some kind of way. We get a lot of reviews today on the internet done by people who are not employed as reviewers. But you become an expert because you have seen that movie. You've been there, you've experienced it. And hopefully you've seen other movies and you can make some kind of comparison. You are an expert about that hotel because you stayed in that hotel. You were there for a week or whatever it is. So think about, you want to be as expert as possible. Then your purpose is to give an opinion. I know there are many teachers who teach that in a review you must be balanced. No, you don't have to be balanced. If you hated that restaurant, you loathed that book, then you need to say so. But remember, you are the kind of person who loves Italian food, and you went to this Italian restaurant because you really, really like ossobuco or whatever it is, and you were so disappointed because it didn't come up to expectations. Not, I really like Chinese food and I went to the Italian restaurant and didn't know what I was eating. You know, be careful. And then do be careful talking about restaurant reviews and Chinese food. Is students often say the strangest things. So a student wrote for me once, I went to this Chinese restaurant and really enjoyed the slap chips. So do think about what you're saying. And then shame, the examiners a few years ago set a topic about a new African restaurant has opened in your area. Write a review of your experience. And as we started marking, we were putting up our hands and saying, hang on, the students are writing about roast chicken or Southern fried chicken, or does it matter? Please, if they say a new restaurant with African cuisine has opened up, then I really want to hear about eating crocodile and mapani worms. You know, I really not Southern fried chicken. It's the wrong restaurant. Right, so do think. And then the style must be, this is hard, it's educated, sophisticated, lively. Let's see what else I can say here. Lively, energetic, but you mustn't kind of let the, you know, I want a zippy quality, but don't let the level go too low. So there'll be colloquialisms, but there'll also be really good vocab. So is a review hard to write? Oh yes, very hard to write. So if you want to know more about that, Tabiso, get in touch with me, tell me what you want to ask about.